Hi, it's me, Nicole Simpson. I'm the president and founder of Go Fund Your Life, which is a financial education and resource firm. I'm coming to you today just to chat a little bit about life insurance as we round out Life Insurance Awareness Month. Guys, there is a lot of information that has come to the forefront regarding how people are buying life insurance, especially with COVID and all of this kind of stuff. One of the biggest things that I'm hearing in my community is we don't want to see any more GoFundMe accounts, right? Everyone's saying don't use GoFundMe for life insurance. GoFundMe is not life insurance. Come up with a better way, come up with a better plan. This is what we're hearing in the community. And I'm with you. I get it. I definitely want to have more people use the financial tools such as life insurance to be able to cover final expense needs. However, there are some barriers that we sometimes face. So I want to just talk to you about the barriers from the statistical point of view. Life Happens and LIMRA, those are two nonprofit organizations that work in the insurance industry to give us information and stats about how life insurance is evolving from a consumer aspect and also from a financial advisor aspect. So I've been doing this since 2008 in the industry and around the industry in finance and banking. And I've seen pretty much everything when it comes to folks being able to get approved for life insurance and the barriers that they suffer with. So the good news is when it comes to Black and brown people, we are absolutely hearing the message. We're getting the picture, and Black and brown Americans are number one when it comes to actually purchasing life insurance as a whole. Now, where we're missing out is Black and brown people are not buying enough life insurance. We're finding that there is a 40% gap across the nation in terms of how much insurance people have versus how much insurance people actually need, which is much higher. And then when it comes to Black and brown communities, we're seeing that that number is at 75% difference between how much insurance we have versus how much insurance we need. Now, there are a list of reasons why people either don't have any insurance at all, or they are underinsured, or they have an insurance gap. So I'm going to tell you really quickly what LIMRA and Life Happens says they are. So they said many people believe that life insurance is too expensive. They think that they have other financial priorities right now, and so this isn't really the right time to talk about life insurance. They don't want to talk about death and dying. They just haven't gotten around to it. Nobody approached them. They don't trust insurance companies. They don't trust insurance agents, or they don't qualify, or they've been denied, and their employer does not offer the coverage. Now, those two pieces to me are what stood out the most, because there's also statistics that say that Black and brown people are more than likely to get their life insurance through their employer versus going out on the open market and talking to an independent agent like me, which I don't have a problem with that. And I just want to share with you guys that buying insurance through your workplace is oftentimes the most simplest way for you to be able to get the coverage that your family needs to start getting protection in the areas that are required in your life. Now, most insurances that are offered through work are probably not going to be 100% of what your coverage needs are, but it's going to be a really, really good start for you. Okay. Most individuals are going to need enough coverage to be able to pay off some debt, to be able to replace all of their income, of course, to be able to take care of final and burial expenses. And in many cases, they need those dollars to be able to help leave an inheritance or a legacy. And then when we get really into some of the higher end reasons for folks using life insurance, people are using life insurance to supplement their retirement. So we're finding that overwhelmingly the majority of Black and brown people don't get that far into those advanced steps, and they tend to buy only enough to be able to take care of final expenses and burial. So we understand how that works, but how do we get up to that next level? Well, I want to talk to you specifically about your employer-based plans today. If you have an employer-based plan, oftentimes it's a term insurance policy. It's maybe 1 or 2 times whatever your annual salary is. I've seen sometimes up to 3 to 5 times. So you can check with your HR department and find out how much that is. That's one thing. It just kind of comes as an employee benefit for you being there and working there. The next thing that you may have offered to you as an employer, as an employee, is something called supplemental or something that's called voluntary life insurance. This is what you want to look for if you are an individual who finds yourself not qualifying for life insurance on the open market with a regular agent. If you find out from your agent that maybe your height and weight don't match what the charts say, or you've had some other health conditions, you've had some criminal background issues, all of these things can compound and cause you to get declined for a traditional life insurance policy. If you've had any of those things out there, you want to first search with your employer. Find out what's out there for supplemental and voluntary. So what that means is supplemental and voluntary. When you hear those key words, not just group term, but supplemental and or voluntary, means that you were offered it as an option. You are able to choose it if you want to, and you can use it as a payroll deduction option. So it comes directly out of your paycheck based on your payment frequency. If and when you separate from your employer, you are able to pack up that coverage and take it with you, and you'll receive a bill from your insurance company to go ahead and set that up on their auto deduct coming out of your regular bank account instead of your paycheck. So it is kind of a backdoor way for you to be able to get life insurance coverage when you otherwise cannot get it on the open market. So don't sleep on these employer plans. We are rounding out September. That means the majority of the country is about to start open enrollment in October, November, December, and January. So when open enrollment rolls around, pay close attention to that supplemental and voluntary insurance. Look for companies like Colonial Life. Look for companies like Hartford, Aflac, Cincinnati Life, all of these different companies. And when you see them, Allstate's another one that's out there. When you see them, that should perk up your eyes and ears and say, this is probably coverage that I can get without having to jump through any hoops or very minimal hoops. Typically, that coverage is going to be extended to you, your domestic partner, your children, and some of them even extend to your grandchildren. So this is a great way to be able to get some family coverage, which is considered guaranteed issue, meaning no questions asked. As long as you work for that employer, they're going to allow you to have it, okay? So that's going to be your number one place to be able to go if you're in that 40% of being underinsured or uninsured. Please, please, please look at those employer plans. If your employer does not have supplemental or voluntary, please get in touch with me. Let your employer know that this is something that you need, and myself or someone from my team who works in the employee benefit space will reach out to your employer. And most well-kept secret about the life insurance industry. One individual person doesn't seem to have a lot of power and control, but when you get a small group of individuals who are getting up and going to work every day, they kind of roll out the red carpet for those employees, and they look the other way when it comes to some of those issues that would ordinarily get you declined. So let's look at that. If you don't have a supplemental and voluntary and your employer says no, they're not interested in offering it, or for some reason they cannot, still reach out to me. Reach out to someone on my team. We're at www.gofundyourlife.com. You can find us at GoFundYourLife on all the social media sites. And we can find you some coverage from anyone from age 0 to age 85. So no matter what the situation is, if you've been told that you don't qualify for life insurance, please get in contact with me. I do have ways to do it. So much so that I even wrote a book about it last year. It's out there on Amazon.com. So if you are a person looking for insurance, someone in your family's looking for insurance, or if you're an insurance agent wanting to know how to deal with this problem in your own practice, by all means, go on Amazon. I'll leave the link here on the video. Grab that book. It's going to give you lots of information and insight on all the reasons why you might be declined and how to be able to go around that and mitigate that and see to it that you get the coverage that your family needs. So if you can't tell, I'm super passionate about that because I'm with you. I don't want folks to have to use a GoFundMe either, but I understand how and why it happens, because sometimes it is hard to get that insurance that we really want and that we really need. It's hard to qualify for it. So sometimes people never come across a person like myself, and no one ever puts them up on game about how workplace benefits can work and actually give them that loophole that they need. So I just gave you all of the insider secrets that I know to help you be able to get the coverage. Hopefully, you use it or you share this information with someone who you know who can use it. And it's my goal to help you go fund your life. Once again, my name is Nicole Simpson. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this here on my website and on my channel. Looking forward to talking to you soon.